Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today, we are going to be taking a look at a Mega Manetric deck profile. Alright? And I'm going to be doing this because we have a new Pokemon set that's coming out, and it's called Pitch Black, and it's the Mega Darkrai set. Hence, I got the music in the background from Mega Darkrai. It's the Mega Darkrai set, and Mega Manetric, this deck is going to get some new cards that can be played alongside this deck. That's going to make it just a little bit better. So, I'm going to show you guys that today. And hopefully this will be like a little fun deck you can play. Especially for people who are not going to the World Championships and you just want to play something at locals for fun or something like that. This is something I really think you could possibly play. I mean, heck, if you want to, if you can cook with it, take it to the World Championships. But I doubt anybody other than me would cook something up like this for the World Championships if we were going. You know. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. We have ourselves 2 copies of the Mega Manetric. Alright. It has 2 great attacks. Its first attack for 2 lightning. Flash Ray. It says, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by basic Pokemon. So the first attack blocks basic Pokemon. Alright? Basic Pokemon can't attack this card when you use Flash Ray. Alright? And then the second attack, Riotous Beating. Right, for 3 lightnings. This does 200 damage. Alright? But if you discard all of the energies attached to it, you can do 130 more damage. So you can literally do up to 330 damage right off the bat. You know, this KOs just about everything you want it to KO. You could KO Dragapults, you could KO Blazikens, whatever. Like, most of the things in the format that you want to KO, you could KO it with this. So, there's another card in here that I want to talk about, but later on that could actually make this even more. But, you know, well, other cards that could actually ramp up this damage in this deck. But we'll talk about those later. Alright? The new cards. 2 copies of the baby Manetric. Alright? Now, a lot of people have written this card off because they said it's not good. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, it has 2 attacks. Alright? The first attack for 2 lightning, just like the first attack of the Mega. Alright? I'm just going to basically just tell you what it does. It basically blocks evolution Pokemon. Yes, it blocks evolution Pokemon. So it can block Dragapults, Blazikens, any evolution Pokemon that attack. Zoroarks, even the Applins, Diplins, or whatever. It blocks them. You can block all evolution Pokemon. I mean, of course, you know, unless they boss around them. I mean, same thing with the Mega Manetric. You block basics with the first attack. You block evolutions with this attack, but they can boss around them. Yes, they can boss around them, but you have to make them boss around you, which is something they may or may not want to do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't have enough energies to boss. Maybe they have to crispin or what have you, but you know what I'm saying? You're literally forcing your opponent to gust. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just think these attacks are very, very good. The second attack, it's decent. Sonic Edge. This attack's damage isn't affected by effects of attacks on the defending Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So if they have an ability or an attack that blocks you from attacking or whatever, this basically can go through it. So it's one of those attacks that can go through anything. But it's only 110 damage. So it's not enough damage for, you know, to do anything. But it is damage and you can go through everything. But we're really here for the first attack, the block evolutions. I think that is amazing. I've included two because I already have the Mega Manetric in here. So when I'll just go ahead and show you guys 4 copies of the Electrike. And with this deck I went 2 and 2. 2 of the old Electriks, 2 of the new Electriks. Either one of them would be very, very good to use. They're both very good to use. This one in particular is good to use, especially against Bidoof. This one has just 2 really good attacks. Collect, you can draw a card. If you need to draw a card, you can draw a card. Then the second attack does also 30. So it also hits a Bidoof, but it's 2 energy. But you really never use that. But I've got 4 Electriks in here, so I can go either way. I can block basics, block evolutions if I need to. A little bit of stalling if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about the Baby Manetric, the new. This is from the new set, Pitch Black, by the way. But that's what I like about him. It gives you the option. You know, it gives you another option. Hey, I can block evolutions too. A 3/3 line of the Eels. Eels very self-explanatory. You can basically get an energy card back from your discard pile, lightning energy card from your discard pile, and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Note, only bench Pokemon. But we've got ways to, you know, get out of the active, retreat, what have you, etc. Bring your active Pokemon up. But 3 copies of these, you want at least 2 of these out so you can power up your Pokemon. Dynamotor. A 2/2 line of the Dunsparce. I'm going to say this right now. I hate Kilowattrel being in this deck. Kilowattrel sucks in this deck. For the simple reasons that I don't want to be putting an energy on a Kilowattrel when I want to be powering up my Pokemon so they could do their attacks. If I didn't have to put an energy on Kilowattrel, Kilowattrel would be amazing. But since I have to put an energy on it, I either have to use an eel, which I don't want to do, to put an energy on it, or I have to physically attach one to the Kilowattrel, which I don't want to do because I want to be attaching for the turn to my attacker. I want to be using the eels to power up my attackers. But if I'm doing that just so I could draw cards, like how am I powering up my Pokemon? The most important thing in this deck is to power up your Pokemon. That's the whole point of the deck. Easy energy acceleration, and you're just attaching energy to a Pokemon you want to draw with. I mean, if you could do both and still do that, sure, but it's really hard to do that because I've tried, and it sucks. So I have to go with the Dunsparce. So that means that you may get watchtowered, but we have stadiums in there to bump, but it's something we have to deal with. But like I will stand on this hill. You do not play Kilowatt Roll in this deck. Not in this deck. Maybe in an Iono's deck, but not in this deck. I'm sorry. One copy of Zekrom EX from the black and white set. Alright. This is your late game attacker. This is your late game attacker. This is like your Blood Moon. Or actually you could even sub this out for Blood Moon. But this is like your Blood Moon. Okay? You sit there, you have this out, and your opponent is at 2 prizes, 1 prizes, or whatever. Its voltage burst attack does 130 damage, but then does 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So if they've taken 1 prize, it's 180. 2 prizes, 230. 3 prizes, 280. 4 prizes, was that 280? 4 prizes, what was that, 330 I think? Yeah, 330, etc. But this ramps up. You know what I'm saying? This ramps up, and it is very good mid, or I would say mid to late game, but really late game. You know what I'm saying? And you need like a big attacker, and you don't want it to be your big 3-prizer Mega Manetric. This could basically finish the game for you. One copy of the Stunfisk. This is a retreat locker. Alright? Pouncing Trap does 30 damage, but you retreat lock. So you keep your opponent's active Pokemon in the active. But it has another effect. If that Pokemon stays in the active spot, whatever you attack with on the next turn does 100 more damage to that defending Pokemon. So if I attack with this on the first turn, whatever, next turn I'm doing 130. And it's still retreat locking. But I can also switch this out, bring up another Pokemon. I could bring up this, and this will be doing 100 more damage. You know what I'm saying? I could set it up to where I lock a Pokemon in the active just so I can do 100 more damage to it on the next turn and possibly get a knockout. I can set it up like that. That is the great benefit of this card. You could play it early and maybe hit a Badoo. You could play it mid or even late game to retreat lock your opponent. And now Lightning decks have a retreat locking option just like Dark decks do, just like they try to Yveltal you. I could basically Stunfisk you and retreat lock you just like all the other decks. Which is very, very cool that this box style deck has like many things that it could do like this. But having the potential to do 100 more damage either with this or another Pokemon on the next turn is very scary. One copy of Baby Zeraora. Alright, now this Zeraora is amazing. It's amazing. it's so amazing that they've even started including it in Slow King decks. But it's really good because I call this the Fast Sniper. I call it the Fast Sniper because his Thunder Raid attack, you discard all the energies attached to it, and you could do 210 to an EX Pokemon. I think to an EX Pokemon. Opponent's bench Pokemon. Yeah, it has to be bench Pokemon. To an EX Pokemon on the bench. Note that you cannot target the Terra Pokemon because they have the ability. But any other EX Pokemon, you can do 210 to them. So you can snipe a Fez, snipe a Latias, snipe a Meowth. Like they play Meowth to go get a supporter on a turn. You can snipe it right off the bench with this. Alright? 210 damage right there. Like you know, even snipe a Clefairy right off the bench. Just 210 right off the bench. Like I just, it's too good not to include, and we can actually power it up easily in this deck with the eels. So I mean, it's just perfect for this deck, and it just works so well. Copy of Feznippity EX, we know why he's in here. Alright. Actually, we can also attack with them as well. Because the eels not only power up my lightning Pokemon, they can also power up any bench Pokemon. So I could power this up, and I could do just like Azul and do Cruel Arrow. So I also have a Cruel Arrow option in this deck. Which is crazy. I can also attack with my Meowth if I wanted to. Because of the eels. But we're really not going to. It's really in here just for the ability. Play it from your hand. Go to your deck. Get a supporter. You know. You can go get lilies. You can go get lilies. Go get boss. What have you. Go get Canary. Whatever. But just go get it. Go get the supporter you want. One copy of Shaman, because we do not like bench sniping or players attacking the bench, because we do have little Pokemon in this deck. The eels, we need to protect the eels, and we need to protect all of our other little Pokemon on the bench that are not EXs. So we gotta protect them, and we don't want Slow King doing Kieran plays. One copy of Psyduck. We do not like Dusknoir here. Dusknoir will have no rain here. We do not like Dusknoir here. Sorry, no, I can't, like, no. I'm tired of Dusknoir. So we have to play the duck. Three copies of Lily's Determination. All right. Three copies of Boss. Copies of Canary. This is very good for this deck. I mean, most of the Pokemon in this deck are lightning Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Discard a card, search your deck for up to 4 lightning or electric type Pokemon and add them to your hand. I can get anything. I can pull anything out with this. Mega Manetric, Baby Manetric, the Eels, Baby Zeraora, Zekrom EX, anything. This is very good for searching out my Pokemon. Like, you gotta go at least 2 of these in the deck. Probably, I mean, you're probably only gonna get off 1, but still, you gotta have this option if you're playing a lightning deck. One copy of Wally. Alright. Wally's Compassion. Mega Manetric is a Mega Pokemon. And one thing you could do with the Wally is, let's say you attack with Mega Manetric on the last turn and you discard all the energies. And they try to two-shot your Mega Manetric. I can sit there, I can Wally him, take all the damage off of him, heal him, and then Mega Manetric has free retreat. So what I could do is I could power up another Pokemon on my bench with the Eels, and then free retreat the Mega Manetric that just got hit. And since I healed him, bring up my other attacker to the active and attack. So any of my attackers on the bench that get powered up after I heal them, you know, I just think that's just great. You know, free retreat them because Mega Manetric has free retreat. You know, heal them, free retreat them, bring out my other attacker, get it ready on the bench with the Eels, send it out. That's just a great combo. Four copies of Buddy Buddy Poffin. Alright. We've got the Eels, Electrics, and Dunsparces in here that we need to find. And you gotta go for 3 copies of Pokegear. I recently just added these into the deck. I find finding my supporters, they are very important, so I went this route and I think it's a very, very great inclusion. I might even cut Meowth and put in a fourth Pokegear. I might even think about doing that so I don't have to put down the Meowth. But I like the Meowth because I could just go get the supporter that I want. You know. So, but that is another option. If I want to take out the Meowth and put in a fourth Pokegear, I could do that. 2 copies of Ultra Ball. We still have Pokemon that we need to find with Ultra Ball. 1 red card, because you got to have some disruption. Your opponent gets the 3 prizes or less. You could use this, make them shuffle their hand, put it at the bottom of the deck, then they draw the top 3 cards. 1 copy of Switch, because we do not lose the retreat lock. 1 copy of Air Balloon, because you need to retreat some of your Pokemon. Put it on an Eel. Your Eel will have free retreat. That's like the easiest thing I could think of right now. Anything that has 2 retreat costs or retreat costs. There you go. A-Spec is maximum belt, no question. This can make your 330 do 380 of Mega Manetric. Anything that I can attack with gets 50 more damage. This could also make the Zeraora EX its attack do 50 more damage, so I could do 50 more damage earlier than what I would normally be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say your opponent takes 2 prizes and you're only doing 180, I think. No, not 180. Not 180. 230. You're only doing 230. This will make Zeraora do 280 early. You can make him do 280 early. You can make him do 330 early. Or even, was it 330, 380, 430, what have you. You know what I'm saying? So any damage you can make him do that early. Also, you can I can also put it. I could put this on anything and make it do 50 more damage, which is really good. Yeah. But yeah, ramping up the damage it's just too good for this deck. 2 copies of Battle Cage, because we do not like Dragapult, we do not like Dusknoirs, we do not like Monkey Dory spreading damage. Like this has to be the inclusion. I honestly want to put in a 3rd one, because I hate them. I hate them moving damage counters. I hate it. I hate it. Like, it sucks. It really sucks. Three copies of the new Voltaic Energy. Alright. This adds 20 more damage to your lightning Pokemon's attacks. Plain and simple. So, my 330 on Mega Manetric is now doing 350. If I add the maximum belt, I'm now doing 400. So, I'm even doing more damage now on top of that. Anything that I put this on is doing an extra 20 damage. Any of my lightning Pokemon. To the active Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So, Mega Manetric is the easiest. The Zekrom. The Zekrom, now instead of doing 130, it's doing 150. So, 150, you go up by 50 every time. 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, etc. So now that you're doing it by 50, it honestly just makes it a little bit more simpler math, and you do a lot more damage. I just think this is just top notch. I want to add in a 4th, but I gotta have more lightning energies in here. But right now we got 3. So I just think this is just brilliant. Just brilliant. Just great. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lightning energies. Alright. This should be enough for your Pokemon to attack with, discard with. You're going to be discarding them, and you're going to be getting them back with the eels. So you don't need to have a whole lot of lightning energies, because as you discard them and as you attack with your Pokemon, you're getting them back with the eels. So you attack, discard 2 or 3. The eels attach, 1 to 2 from the discard pile to your bench Pokemon. Send out another attacker. Attack with that. Either it gets knocked out or discard the energy. You rinse and repeat with the eels. And it is so good. But yeah, that is the deck, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to do a deck layout, because that is just It's a fun deck. It's a fun deck. I don't. Nobody's really, was like, oh, let me see the list. No. Watch the video. Get the list from there. Y'all can suck it. That is the video, guys. Shout out to Team NTR Nightly Tournament Run. If you like, check out Matty Field. They make premier premium foil mats. Other than that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, make sure you take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.